It's all back. All right, let me just wait here another 20 seconds and I'll finish this message. Cool. Beautiful. All right. So those who don't jump back on, they can watch the replay. So I'll just get started. So, we basically, obviously we've kind of covered the point on why we want them to have thinking time. And what I was just in the middle of saying was, I know that here's what happens. You can think something without saying it, but you can't say something without thinking it. And if you've thought it, remember the subconscious mind only thinks in pictures. It doesn't think in sentences and words, it thinks in pictures, which means whatever it is that the child has said to you, they have had to see before they've been able to say it. Everything they see in their subconscious, everything they see becomes a file. So in their mind that they can, and the files that get used most often, the pictures that their mind continues to be exposed to, they become the dominant files that they access by default in any situation. So what I'm trying to do here with thinking time is I'm making sure, and I know, I'm not hoping that my child got the lesson because I gave them the lesson. I'm making sure they tell me what they learned. They tell me how, maybe if she won't give it back to me, instead of hitting her, maybe I could come and tell a parent next time, or maybe I could, and they come up with answers. And you can use this later on when they say, Mum, I can't work this out. And you say, wait a minute. There's been lots of times where you've worked things out. Like I remember this time when you came up with these ideas, and that time when you guys had a fight and then you were in thinking time and you came up with this many ideas. Don't tell me that you can't come up with ideas. Go off and get your work done and come up with your ideas. So you can actually use it back at them later to give them confidence, to prove to them they can handle situations, they can handle challenges, they can find solutions in scenarios that feel like problems. They don't need to come and rely on you. You can use it to give them self-belief later on, because all of these thinking time moments become evidence to you. Wait a minute, every single time you go to thinking time, every single time, the reason you come out is because you came up with a solution, not me. So don't tell me you can't come up with solutions when things are challenging to you. Yes, you can. Off you go and you work it out, and I look forward to hearing what that is when you've worked it out. So we can use it to really build their self-worth later on. But in this moment right now, I know that the child cannot have spoken a sentence to me about maybe I can tell an adult, or maybe I can ask her nicely or whatever rather than hitting her. They can't have said that if they haven't first seen them doing that in their mind. So their mind has already seen the next time this scenario happens, it has already seen them handling it better. So guess what file is more likely to come out next time? Because otherwise it's too unfair. It's too unfair to expect them to handle it better next time. When you're in a moment of anger and frustration, your brain goes to its most commonly used files, not one that the parent put in there that I just said, oh yeah, I understand. Yes, Mummy, I get it. Just let me get out of thinking time. And they never really received the file. So that's why I asked my child, you tell me what you're going to do, because I know every time they do that, I'm increasing the chances that they will use that behavior in the future, because their mind has seen it already. It's seen them handle that situation better than having to hit each other. And so now our chances of them using that behavior is a whole lot more likely than if I had given them the idea. You can get them to write them down if you want to. I've never done that. I've never needed to. But depending on the age of the child, and if your child's someone who likes to write things, they could do that. You can turn them into affirmations if they have, problems over and over where they're, no matter what, they're still always hitting. And, you'll see what happens is the first step, they don't get perfect straight away. The first step is they hit, and they immediately have a moment of consciousness after it's happened. Just the same way you as a parent yell or smack, and then you go, oh shit, I shouldn't have done that. The same way your child does that, all right? Don't hold them hostage to those kind of mistakes all the time. Let them know that's life. And you know what? I would normally give you thinking time for that, but the fact that you were conscious of yourself within seconds of using that behavior, and I seen you immediately apologize for that and immediately try and fix that, because you showed immediate correction and consciousness with yourself, I don't even think you need thinking time today. I love the fact that you corrected your behavior straight away. So eventually you get to that point. You don't beat them up on the fact that they still made a mistake. Because guess what? We do too. We yell every time we don't want to yell. We smack when we don't want to smack. All these things that get us guilty. So, but if your child really needs it, get them to write it down. Adam, I know your children are a bit older. And if they've got constant behaviors that they're finding it hard to break, get them to write it down. Not write down, I don't do this. Like, let's say, might say like, I handle my emotions by using my words, not my body. I handle my emotions by using my words, not my fists or whatever it might be. Good. Awesome. Okay. Now, let me close out on this.